This is a review on a charcoal grill igniter, Piezzo electric. This is a GrillPartsPro universal push button igniter kit. So this is my old igniter. This is the kit, and this is my old igniter. And if I push the button on the old igniter, I'd say about once in every 25 times it sparks. So it's shot. And this particular model that came with my grill is all one piece. In other words, I can't disconnect here. It's not designed to remove the electrode end or the igniter end. So I had to replace the whole thing. So let's open this thing up. So here's the igniter. Instructions. Screws, bolts, various hardware for different types of mounting, depending on what you need to mount it to. This is a universal kit. It is not designed for one particular model, which is good. And it looks like we have several different options for the connecting wire. So we're going to put this igniter together. So the first thing is to attach the ceramic electrode to the gas collector. So that plugs into the hole. You can do it on either side. It's symmetrical, so it won't make any difference. And then you take one of these small screws and secure it to the gas collector. Get it started. It's already pre-threaded. You just have to screw it in. So alright, that's secured. Then you have to put the grounding wire on the grill. Now, I didn't even bother looking to see if I had a screw somewhere on my grill for a grounding connector. The original connector didn't have a grounding wire. I don't know exactly how this thing... Now we have to put this grounding wire on the grill, but what I did was I flattened the one end of the washer end of it. It's this part, it comes apart like so. And I flattened one end with a file so that it would fit. If you don't flatten it, then this thing gets in the way. So I flattened it with a file, and I'm going to attach it to the same side as the electrode. Now they're not connected electrically because the electrode goes through the center of the wire. So we'll tighten that down. Move this off to the side. Okay. Alright, so that's tight. Then we'll connect the grounding wire, one end of it, to this tab that sticks out of the grounding lug. So we'll plug that in. And we'll take the other end of that and plug it into the side tab here, which is for the ground. The center, the igniter wire will plug into the end, or this center connection. And you should be able to see a spark when I press the, I see a spark. 4 times, 4 sparks. So that's working fine. Now, the next step will be to, this wire will get disconnected temporarily, and that one too. It's tight. This thing goes on the burner. The wires will go down under the grill and then to the igniter on the inside. The igniter button will go right through the hole in the panel of the grill, in the same place that the old one was located, and that will get fastened on with this nut. And the gas collector, they give you 2 screws to connect this. Now there's an oval burner with holes at the bottom that go all the way around it, multiple holes. And there are a bunch of extra holes in the center, which will go right around the gas collector. Now my grill had this as a gas collector before, which really isn't much of one, and all that did was hold the old igniter in position. Whoops, putting this on backwards. Right, so this thing here would push into the edge. There's a flared edge of the burner all the way around it, and this clip would, just by friction pressure, just push onto that, and that would hold it in place. There was another piece that I think was also contributing to holding it in place as well, although I think this hook would get it on this end. I'm not sure what the other end connected to. But this collector thing is being replaced with this universal kit with this collector, and this is attached to the burner with the long screws. They give you 2 long screws. Now my burner doesn't have holes to accept these screws other than the burner holes, and it seems to me there are sufficient number of burner holes that if I use 2 of the existing burner holes to screw these screws into to hold this thing in place, so there'll be one on either side. You can see how this is going to go beyond that, and their position is adjustable because it's a slot, so you could put this up against the grill burner, screw into 2 of the existing burner holes, and then center in position and tighten the screws. At least that's theoretically how this should work. So I'm going to try it out tomorrow when it's light and see if this is actually going to work. I would prefer not to have to drill new holes inside the burner. Not exactly comfortable doing that. And we'll see how that works. So here we have the collector that came with the kit assembled onto the burner. I had to remove the burner to access the burner holes. I had to enlarge them with a 3/32 inch bit so that the screws would go in easily, and I lubricated the screws with a thin coat of oil so that they would screw on easily. So the collector is securely attached to the burner, and as a test mode to view the spark, if I push the button, you can see the spark in the center when I click it. Now it's time to put the burner back on the grill. So the burner has been reinstalled in the grill. If you look underneath, you can see the wires going up into the hole from the bottom. I've collected them together to get them kind of neatly wrapped here, and they go up to the starter button, which has been connected to the front panel with that nut. And you can see it out. Alright, we're going to turn the gas on. Push the button. It's lit. Verify that the collector will ignite the second side when that's turned on. So second side's turned on, and you can see that lit. Turning the second side off, first side off.